All right, all right, all right. And are we live? Yo, yo, yo. Tell me what you know. Welcome to the Sunshine Show. Woo! Today, I have a very fabulous guest in the house. Today, this afternoon, this morning, this evening, wherever in the world you may roam. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The Sunshine Show is worldwide. Today, I did want to start off by giving a very special dedication to the Prince of Darkness. Today is July 22nd, 2025. Before we dive into today's episode, I want to take a moment to send some serious love, respect, and heavy metal gratitude to the one and only Ozzy Osbourne, a legend, a rebel, and a musical force that shook the foundations of rock and roll and never looked back. Ozzy, your voice, your energy, your wild spirit, it changed the game. You paved the way for generations of musicians, including the incredible David Pastorius, who is joining me today. This episode is dedicated to you, Ozzy, the madman, the icon, the godfather of metal. Thank you for showing us what it means to be unapologetically yourself. Long live the Prince of Darkness. All right, guys, I have a very special episode for you. Lock in your straps, crank that amp to 11 because today on the Sunshine Show, we've got a bassist who doesn't just play the groove, he commands it. He's a monster on the low end, a fusion freak with punk attitude and a musical legacy all on his own. Make some noise for the one and only. Do we have him with us right now, Don? Or maybe we'll wait just a minute. We are waiting for him in the green room. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? I see I have Jordan Branch in the house. What's up, Jordan? How are you doing? It's been a while. I have not had a show. I've been in Texas. I've been playing lots of gigs, been doing all kinds of cool stuff here in Santa Cruz. So I am very happy to be back with you guys this afternoon. We are waiting for the one and only David Pastorius. And I think we have him. All right. Yo, yo, yo. What's
How's it
up?
going? How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Good.
So it's been a while since we've talked. I feel like we've had so many interviews, and it's such a pleasure every time we get to talk. What have you been up to?
Just still playing with Pat. Actually, I just hit 9 years. Like literally, I think July 16th was 9 years with Pat Travers. So,
Happy
yeah, and
anniversary.
yeah, we're recorded a live album. We're waiting for that to come out. Doing a new album with Pat also. Besides that, just doing some recording and going out tomorrow. We leave to go up north for 4 shows.
Oh, nice. Where are those shows going to be at?
Ohio. Wait, two in Ohio. Wait, Warren, Ohio, Columbus, Ohio. Then we're playing in Port Barrington, Illinois, and then Davenport, Iowa.
Ooh, Davenport, Iowa. If anybody in the comments can guess what city in Ohio I was born in, I will send you a sticker, maybe two, maybe three. Drop them there in the comments section. What's up, Catherine Benson? How you doing? We got Gabriel Walker in the chat. We got
What's up,
Rock
Gabriel?
Rucker. Oh, we got all the fam bam here today. It's amazing. Thank you guys all for joining us. Awesome. So Ohio, that's fun. And then what will you guys be doing when you get back from tour?
We're just doing 4 shows, come back, and then actually a couple more weeks, and then we head out to California. We got August. August is really busy, so that's good. I think we got a 4 or 5 show run in California, and then we got one show in New York. Then we do the On the Blue cruise, which leaves out of Boston. So then we're gonna leave and do the cruise there, and then yeah, so it's looking pretty good for a couple months.
That is so cool. I've always wanted to do a cruise. Tell me, what is your most favorite part about doing the blues cruise?
The cruises are awesome because it's just a lot of downtime. I think in like a week we'll play like twice, and it's just like other than that, it's just hanging out. There's all kinds of musicians you can network with. It's really good for networking too, and everyone treats you nice, and yeah, it's a fun time.
And is the food as good as they say it is?
It's fine. I mean, it's food. You know what I mean? I'm guessing I'm not like too picky, but yeah. So yeah, it's good.
Have you seen Poop Cruise on Netflix?
Yeah, I just saw that last week. That was disgusting.
I do not recommend that. No, I was not born in Cincinnati. Keep trying. Oh my goodness, we got Mima. We got Mama Cantu all the way from South Texas in the chat. Hi, Mama. How are you? We got Lauren Janie Scott. He says, see you in Cali, David.
Yeah, what's up, Lauren?
I'm also very excited to see you when you get here to California. It will actually be my first show
Yeah,
in person.
Salinas, is that the show?
Yes, and
That's
so
awesome.
yeah, so I live in Santa Cruz, so that's about an hour north of Salinas, so right in my driving distance.
There you go. Very cool.
I actually played in Salinas this past weekend, opening up for the Meditations. That was a very awesome show. Love the Meditations. They're a great band.
Nice.
All right, David. So I've been hearing a lot about this new No Effects song that you dropped the bass line on. It's called Barcelona. I want to know all about it. Tell me the deets from the beginning to the end.
So it's crazy. When I was in Vegas last year, they did the Las Vegas Guitar Show at the I played at it, and I also did like a bass clinic while I was there. So I was just doing this clinic thing, and I looked down, and he was standing there hanging out at it, and I was like, at first, because I'm not honestly like nothing against it. I don't have that much knowledge of No Effects or Fat Mike or any of that stuff. You know what I mean? Besides, I know the name because everybody knows the name No Effects, but I don't know the music much or anything. So I saw him and I was like, that dude looks very familiar. And he came up after I was done playing, and he was really nice. He was like, "Man, you sound really good." Da, 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 da. And I was like, "You play bass too, right?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "What band are you in?" He's like, "No Effects." I'm like, "Awesome." So we started hanging out, and he talked to me and he said, "Hey, I'd like to have you out to my place to record some stuff." I was like, "Sure, just hit me up." So he ended up hitting me up later that night, and we set it up. And the next day, I went to his place, and he had me play on that track. He had me do a couple other things too, which will be possibly coming out too. So
Good.
yeah, for some different stuff that he's got going on. But yeah, it was awesome. He was great.
I bet he was in shock when you asked him, "What band are you in?"
Yeah, a little. Well, I'm just being honest. You know what I mean? Nothing against it. It's just like what is it like? What is that like? The pop punk kind of thing. I've never really, I don't know. It sounds cool. He's great. He's a great player though. By the way,
Oh yeah,
he's an absolute badass bass player. Because it's funny because there's that tapping thing I do in it. And I was telling him, I was like, the only reason that tapping part's in there is because I couldn't cop that super fast punk feel with the pick, bum ba dum ba dum bum ba dum ba dum. And I was trying to do that with my fingers. I couldn't. I mean, if I practiced it for a while, I'm sure I could probably figure it out. But at the moment, no, that kicked my ass. So he let me I did that tapping thing, and he really liked it. So I was like, cool.
that's interesting that you say that, because I bet a lot of people would listen to the bass line that you put in there and they'd be like, "Holy shit, that really kicks my ass. I don't know how I would even go about beginning to play that." And then you're kind of thinking the same way about his playing style because he plays with the pick and not his fingers.
Oh yeah, it's just different stuff. We all just do different stuff. There's no better. It's just different. You know what I mean? That's the way I look at it. And he's like, yeah, he's. I mean, I don't know as much about him, but the little bit I got to see him play when I was at his house, he's great.
Does everybody like how he just kind of dropped that in there while I was at his house? No big deal, just while you were at his house.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, that's where we went. It was cool.
Awesome. Must be nice to be a rock star. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's check out this chat really quick. We got Nikki. I see that you moved to California recently, Nikki. Tell me how you're liking that. Let's see. We got John in the house. Cincinnati's not right. You guys got to keep guessing. We got Meg Went. What's up, Meg? We got Curtis. We got so many people. If you guys have any questions, comments, suggestions for myself or the one and only David Pastorius, please drop them there in the comment section. Gabriel Walker says, "I can't wait until you come to Texas again, David. Looking forward to finally meeting you. I've never been able to catch a show, but hopefully the next one I will." That actually rhymed. I like that song that you wrote there, Gabriel. When's the next time you will be headed to Texas, David?
I'm not sure. I'm sure we will be. We were out there like a month and a half ago, I think. We were in San Antonio and some places out there, McKinney.
Nice.
But yeah, eventually I'll definitely, Gabriel, I'll let you know as soon as I know.
Did you visit the basement in the Alamo?
I went to the Alamo. I actually did. Because when we were in San Antonio, I woke up in the morning. We stayed. I was like, oh, we're only like 2 miles from San Antonio, from the Alamo. So I went there.
Nice. Yes, a Texas staple, absolutely. We got Randy in the house. What's up, Bass Bandicoot? Randy also just dropped a couple of new singles. Make sure to go follow Randy
Is that
today to go get all that bass goodness.
Bass Bandicoot? I just heard his stuff. He's awesome. Ridiculous player, by the way.
Amazing player. He actually played in the Summer Solstice Festival
I
that
know.
Bill Sheehan.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Did you also play that festival, David?
Yeah, that's the Jeremy Gold thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, it was. But yeah, Bass Bandicoot, he killed it. I was like, wow, this guy's ridiculous.
Yes, love Randy. I call him my prom king. All right, moving on. Oh, we got James in the house. So James is actually one of your students. I did want to talk about the bass lessons that you also offer. And since James is here, I'd love for you to tell me a little bit about the process, how somebody would go about getting lessons with you.
Yeah, so most of the lessons I do are online, basically right through Facebook video messenger. That's but if you want to do Zoom or FaceTime or whatever, we can do whatever. And if you live locally, we can do local also in person. But most people happen to be online. Just hit me up. I focus on a lot of technique, a lot of like slap, tap, pop, some theory, some modes, a lot of mode stuff too. Basically, just help people. I kind of want to go over what they want to go over, you know what I mean? And then help you get there and then try to make you like, I don't know, help you find your own sound a little bit.
Do people find, or do you find that people get very intimidated at first when they first meet you?
I don't really know, they shouldn't because, but no. I've heard some people say stuff like that, but it's really, yeah, I'm not like that at all though.
They're like the one and only David Pastorius. Oh my gosh, we got Scotty Brown in the house from Kyle Smith. What's up, Scotty Brown? Ooh, Chris Campbell also watching. What's up, guys? Thank you guys for hanging out with us. All right, we have John Klepacki.
The Pouchy?
Yeah. Is that another one of your
Hey,
students?
student. John. What's up, John?
Very nice. He says you're an excellent teacher.
His name, I might have. But if I did, sorry, man.
All right, first question. All right, Jordan, bringing it to the table. David, do you have any tips for a beginner bassist? I'm a singer-songwriter who plays guitar fairly. I may just need lessons.
Beginner, I would say, like the first thing I would try to do is just, I don't know, like have fun with it, get sounds out of it. You know what I mean? Like just try to pick up on some tunes. That's kind of what I did. You know what I mean? I didn't really like have like formal training, although we all learn from everybody. So I just remember trying to like basically learning. Well, I guess learning like fingering the strings, E, A, D, G, going back up and down. That'd be a start. But other than that, I don't know. I just like trying to experiment with stuff right away on it. But yeah, if you're interested in lessons, hit me up.
Don McDaniel, who lives down in the basement, please drop David's link tree or contact information into the comment section. Don only has one job, and normally he does not get that job right, guys. So we all have to be Don's cheerleader. I'm just joking. Thank you, Don. I love you so very much. All right, David. So I kind of want to go over your background just a little bit. I know we talk about this every time I interview you, but I feel like every time we do an interview, there's new people watching. So why don't you give us a little bit about your background and how you got into playing the bass?
Okay. Well, what is it? Everybody would assume it's the Jocko thing, but Jocko I met twice probably in my life that I can remember. I know I met him more than that, but twice that I actually remember meeting the guy. He passed away when I was 10. I didn't even think about music or bass or any of that stuff. I didn't even know what a bass was. I didn't know if it had 4 or 6 strings. So anyway, when I was in junior high, I had a buddy, Sam. I went to his house one day after school. He just happened to play bass, electric bass. And he played this like Sears First Act bass that he pulled out of the closet, plugged it into his little amp and started playing the Chili Peppers version of Higher Ground. And I was like, that's awesome. I was like, what instrument is that? And he was like, that's a bass, idiot. That's what your uncle played. So, honestly, that was the moment right there that like got me into playing bass. And it was like, originally my heroes was guys like Flea, Robert Trujillo, Les Claypool, bands like Faith No More, all that kind of stuff, Fishbone, Bad Brains, that kind of stuff was more my thing, which I'm very grateful that it went that way, you know what I mean, as opposed to coming in and through Jocko. No disrespect to Jocko because he's amazing, he's the man, but and he's definitely an influence too. But at first, he really wasn't.
Wow, that is such an interesting
Yeah,
story.
yeah. I also had an instructional video. It had Stu Ham and Lewis Johnson, and I remember just like watching that, rewinding it, and pausing it, and copying where their hands were to try to figure things out. And yeah, that helped me a lot.
Stu is a great guy. I actually got to interview him a couple of years ago, and I actually need to get another interview with him soon. But he is just such a humble, amazing musician and so phenomenal.
You know, it's funny. I feel I'm really excited when we go out to California. One of the shows we're playing, his band is opening for us. So me and him are both going to be the bass at one of the shows. I'm not sure what show it is. I got to look at that.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah,
Have you met him before?
it's funny. My dad's wasn't he's an accountant, but he was a musician back in the day. He was like a lyricist, and he put a band together. And he had Stu Ham out to record on some tracks. The album never got released, but he killed it on these tracks. I wish my dad would put it out or something. But
He totally still should. What?
I know, but so he picked up Stu Ham at the airport. I'd probably only been playing bass for about 2 weeks at that point. And so it was really cool to meet him. But I remember going to the studio and hanging out, watching him play. And he was here, play my bass. And I was like, I'm not touching that bass. I was like so embarrassed to even pick the bass up in front of him.
Oh, oh my God. I love this story.
Yeah.
Let's see really quick. Hey, Deanie, we got Deanie all the way from Texas. We got so many people here. Thank you guys for supporting us. You guys could be anywhere in the world. You're hanging out with us. Gabriel, can you tell us the experiences with Jocko? You did just say those. Hello, Eugene. How are you doing? Thank you for hanging out. Let's see. We got Douglas. Oh, we got Andy all the way from Canada. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. All right. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to do a little bit of Aussie trivia. How good are you with the Ozzy Osbourne?
Not too good.
Not too good. Okay, let's see if we can get through a couple of these. All right. Yeah. You ready?
Okay, yeah.
What famous animal-related incident happened during an Ozzy concert in 1982?
A bat.
The bat. He bit the head off of a bat on stage. He thought it was fake. It was not. Rock history was made forever. All right. Before going solo, what legendary band was Ozzy the lead singer of?
Oh, Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath. All right. Good job. You are 2 for 2. What job did Ozzy have before becoming a rock star?
No idea.
Does anybody know? Anybody in the chat know? I'll give you 5 seconds. I feel like I should give them longer because I feel like the delay is a little bit longer. Also, you guys could Google it, so I'm not going to give you that long. He worked in a slaughterhouse, and he was also a burglar, which landed him in jail briefly. All right, number 4. What is Ozzy's real first name?
I have no idea what that is.
John Michael Osborne.
Wow.
All right. Number 5. What TV show made Ozzy a household name to a whole new generation?
Wasn't that like his show? The Osbournes?
Yes. Ding, 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 ding. Good job. We're almost through this. Which member of Ozzy's band famously wore a giant fringe jacket and played guitar with his teeth?
I don't really know. I mean, was Zakk Wylde in his band? Was it him?
Yes.
Was that?
Good job. Number 7. What unusual guest did Ozzy have in one of his music videos? A very unmetal animal.
A very unmetal animal?
Yes.
No idea.
A chihuahua in Mama, I'm Coming Home.
Okay. Oh.
In 1984, Ozzy was arrested for what bizarre act in San Antonio, Texas?
Was it like peeing on the Alamo?
Urinating on the Alamo. You got that right. Funny because we were just talking about the Alamo earlier. All right, we got 2 more. What's the name of Ozzy's massive 1990 solo hit that turned into a metal ballad classic?
Is it No More Tears?
No More Tears. Ding, 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 ding. All right, the last one. Ozzy claims he has done so many drugs and survived so many things that scientists once...
I have no idea.
mapped his genome to figure out how he's still alive. Yes, that is a true story, everybody. All right, David, you did very good on this pop-up quiz of Ozzy Osbourne facts and informations.
Funny.
What's up, Janet Easton? We got Janet in the house. We got Paul Morris. I live near Dave in Florida. Okay. Do you know Paul? Is he a stalker?
No, what's up, Paul?
We got Eric. What's up, Eric? How you doing? All right, awesome. Cool. All right, David. So let's talk about, let's see, we talked about the No Effects. We talked about Pat Travers, your 9-year anniversary. Do you have any solo stuff coming out? Are you working on anything?
It's funny. I want to soon. I got a lot of stuff. I'm always working on new stuff, but yeah, I should definitely do that. It's, but yeah, I definitely want to try to do that maybe, next year or soon start.
When was the last time you dropped a single?
Last time I did it, you know what? I do have something it's got to get mixed and mastered. That's really awesome. I totally forgot about it. Thank you. It actually reminded me. Tyler Lyon, he was the guitar player with Tech Nine. He sang and played guitar and did a solo and everything on this track of mine that is and Alex Petrosky, the drummer for Pat Travers and from my band Local 518, he's on the drums. And yeah, I gotta put that song out. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. I totally
go ahead.
But yeah, I'll definitely try to put that out soon. But as far as an album, it's been a while.
It's been a while. Okay, so I'm so glad you brought up Tech Nine. What's up, Jake Schwartz in the chat? Nice to see you hanging out. Rashawn, what's up, Rashawn? All right, I want to talk about Tech Nine because it still blows my mind because I've always been such a huge Tech Nine fan for such a long time. And when I found out that you actually toured with Tech Nine and saw you on stage, getting down, doing the grooves, doing the whole thing, how did that experience come about for you?
I've been a huge fan of Tech Nine for a long time also. And what I was doing was I always felt like some of his vocals actually influenced the way I play too, because I listen to him a lot. Like he does a lot of, the machine gun kind of fast double time stuff over like the halftime beats. And so I had an idea to basically cover one of his songs, but not play the bass line, more like follow his voice and solo. But like, you know what I mean? Make a solo out of it, but follow his vocals, like match it. So that's what I did. And my buddy Brendan recorded it. And I ended up making a video for it and put it out there on Facebook and stuff. And it was crazy because I mean, like a couple weeks later, I see that Tech Nine was like sharing it on his page. So that was exciting. And I was like, that was really cool. Then like 3 months later, I remember, we talked a few times actually on the phone, but then like a couple months later, Travis, the president of Strange Music, called me and was like, hey, we're going to put a band together to go on the road. You want to play bass? And I was like, yeah. So that's how that happened.
Wow. What did you do when you found out? I bet you must have got like you were just like flabbergasted, mind blown.
Really cool. It was pretty exciting,
How long were you on the road with them? And what is like one of the best stories that you could tell us about your time on the road with Tech Nine?
I did 3 shows. I did 3 tours with them. No, wait, I almost did 3. We got fired the day before like the 3rd tour was going to start. That's whatever. That was some other stuff. But I did one tour. It was like, I think we did like 14 shows, just a little small one, the Band of Psychos tour. But then we did one tour, I think it was a special effects tour I played on. That was like 60 shows in 63 days. So that was awesome. That was a lot of fun. And that was all over, everywhere in the US.
And it's so cool too, because I feel like when you do tours like that, like every show you just get better and better and tighter and tighter.
Exactly. You become like like a machine. Pretty cool. But honestly, my first show with Tech Nine would probably be one of the most memorable because it happened to be opening for Slipknot at Knotfest.
Oh my God.
So that was like 60,000 people, which was really weird. It felt like a movie screen. Didn't even feel, you know what I mean? It's kind of weird.
Wow, that's crazy. And you're still just so humble, You're just such a great, amazing, humble musician. And I feel like that's how you have to remain to actually like be able to go somewhere in the game.
Yeah,
called
cool.
Music.
Yeah, I mean, it helps.
All right, let's see what James says. David does some crazy stuff with bass remix of hip hop stuff. What other kind of hip hop stuff do you do?
Well, the main thing, that's what he's probably referring to the Tech Nine songs. I did like 3 or 4 of those of Tech Nines, and then I did one. There's a band called Aqualio that I did. I did one of theirs. I don't know if that's on YouTube or not though. It's on my Facebook somewhere. You can find it. But yeah, I listen to a lot of hip hop. Hip hop and metal is probably my two what I listen to the most. Believe it or not. So yeah.
If you had to teach a master class, what's the one lesson every bassist must learn?
Man, that's kind of a hard question. I don't know. I would say it doesn't really have, as far as like being on the road and touring. It's more about the time off stage, not the time on stage. Like when I was younger, I was, and I still am. I get like kind of shy and stuff, but there's a thing about like there's always somebody that can play the part, but it's like when it comes down to going on the road, it's like, do people want to hang out with you? Are you cool? You know what I mean? So it's about the 20. What did they say? Someone said it's about the 23 hours off stage, not the 1 hour on. So
They want to know, do you shower? Do you have good personal hygiene?
yeah, it's fine. Yeah,
Can you help unload and load the equipment? All of those things make a team player very important.
stuff helps. Seriously, because no matter how good you are, if you're an asshole, no one really wants to get on the road with you. They'll find somebody that can play the part. That's a nice guy, and that's more important. It really is.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. When personality becomes an interference, yeah, they'll boot your ass out as long as you are replaceable. Normally, everybody's
Yeah.
replaceable.
And exactly, everybody is replaceable. That's a good one. Remember that. That's what everyone should remember.
Oh, see, I think it's funny here in the chat. Everybody is like fighting over how hot it is, this and that and the other. And Rashawn says it's winter here in Australia. It is amazing how it could be so hot in one part of the world and then it's like snow in another.
It's pretty hot here in Florida.
Well, I'll tell you guys, it's a beautiful, sunny 67 degrees here in Santa Cruz. So it's feeling pretty good here.
That's awesome.
We have pretty good weather. All right, cool. Let's see what else. Oh, if you guys have any questions, comments, suggestions, you know how this works. Throw them there in the comments section. You're hanging out with me, your host, Sunshine Cantu, and the one and only David Pastorius. We had a question. Are you related to Jocko? Yes, he is related to Jocko, everybody. Make sure to go follow him. Go follow Pat Travers. Go follow his band. What is your band's name? Local
518, Local 518.
Local.
I want to say it.
Local 518.
Yeah.
And how often do you guys play around Florida?
We not as much as I'd like. We just did a show a couple weeks ago, but I really want to get busy with that. Me and Alex have been talking about trying to get a run of shows with Pat, with us opening for Pat, because it would actually work. And it's just one extra member to bring out for 2 bands. So that would be a good idea.
Oh, so most of the people in the Local 518 are in Pat Travers?
Yeah, so Local 518 is a 3-piece. Pat Travers is a 3-piece. Me and Alex both play in it, Pat. And then me and Alex are both in Local 518. We just have Al, the guitar player. So we'll literally bring out one extra person. You'd have 2 bands.
Wow, that is sick. All right, let me put Local 518 in the chat. Rashawn, there you go. Make sure to go follow that band today. That's really cool. Let's see. Don, are you still there? I see you down in the basement, Don. How you doing down there? Hey, good. Got him still trapped there. We got Bill Dorr watching, James Wilson. So many friends and family here in the chat. It's so good to be back. I've taken quite the break from the Sunshine Show, but I'm so glad that we're here and hanging with David Pastorius. Don, yes, no, I am not replaceable. You, sir, on the other hand, are very replaceable. No, I'm joking. I would never replace Don. I couldn't lock anybody else in my basement. Oh man, good times. All right, let's see. I want to talk a little bit more about the reaction video that you got on YouTube when those guys listened to that new No Effects single. That was really dope listening to them talk about that, huh?
When I first saw it, it cracked me up because they're kind of silent after, and I was like, oh, they thought it sucked. But I think so because their faces all kind of went like that when I was like, oh, that's cool. That's awesome, And then there's another one that came out with a guy zones in on the bass too at the end. So I was pretty happy about that. It's pretty cool.
That is super exciting, man. So much good stuff going on for you. What else do you have coming up besides your tours and your singles? I guess you're still working with Fat Mike, so I guess there's a lot still to be released
Yeah,
with.
he's talking. Yeah, we've been talking. So yeah, I'm definitely looking. Yeah, he's great. I want to definitely work because he's also a talented songwriter. He's actually got some really cool stuff. I just wasn't aware of his stuff before, you know.
That's interesting. So you are into punk, but you never really got into No Effects growing up.
More along like Bad Brains. I like the Dead Kennedy stuff and like the Misfits. I like some of that stuff, you know. And No Effects. I think I don't really know styles of which subgenres within genres that well. I don't really know, but you know, I guess what would you call No Effects?
I think it's punk, right? No Effects is punk. I don't know. Let me Google it right now.
I don't really know.
It says rock band, so maybe they are punk rock. It's punk rock. That's what it says first thing when I Google it. So
Well, didn't they like spawn like Green Day, kind of that kind of sound a little bit?
I'm gonna go with that. Don't quote us on. Don't
No.
quote us.
Oh, another thing I just did. I did. There's a track with I got the plan with Marco Miniman. That'll be coming out soon. You know Marco Miniman, and he plays with the Aristocrats with Brian Beller.
Oh, very cool.
What's it? Guthrie Govan, the guitar player. He's on the track.
Oh,
So yeah,
very nice.
excited about that. He gave me a little bass solo spot in it too. It's pretty cool.
Everybody gives you a bass solo. Come on now, David. If they don't give you a bass solo, like there's seriously something wrong.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, Rashawn says it's 6 a.m. there in Australia, so he's going to bed now. But thank you for joining us, Rashawn. We had such a great, lovely chat with you. Hope you come hang out with us next time. Let's see. Gabriel Walker says Marco is such an amazing player. I would love to connect with him.
He's amazing.
We got Leaf Arrow in the house. What's up, Leaf? How you doing? All right, we got the lightning round. Are you ready? It's going to be a quick one.
What is that?
Finger style or slap?
It's funny. Most people would think I'm going to say slap immediately, but I mean finger style. Believe it or not.
Okay, wow. Favorite bass pedal?
I don't have a bass pedal.
Oh, favorite food on the road?
7-Eleven.
7-11. All right, David. Weirdest fan request?
Weirdest fan request?
Yeah.
I can't really think of anything off the top.
Oh, come on. Do you even get into your messages? You're probably one of those that have like 200 unread messages.
Oh,
Is it just me?
I've had some funny people diss me over because I don't play enough Jocko. I've had that. That's kind of weird, you know.
Yeah, they want to hear that Birdland.
It's funny because honestly, nothing. I love Jocko's music, and the funny thing, everything I know about Jocko from my dad telling me was he was absolutely a laid back, not an elitist at all musician. You know what I mean? He played with anybody, and but a lot of the people that seem to be into that, I could probably get the most dislike from that group. It would be if someone's going to talk crap, it's going to be typically from the Jocko fanatics.
There ain't nothing like a jazz musician. I'll tell you, because I grew up actually playing jazz, and some of us think we're a little better than the rest.
Yeah.
You're cool. Not though, everybody. We're all the same. We're all humans. We can all, it'll be okay. Calm down. Leave David alone.
No, it's cool. That's fine with me. I think it's funny. I don't get it a lot. I mean, mostly I don't get that, but occasionally, typically if there is someone that's got some weird problem with the way I play, it'll be like that Jocko, fanatic kind of thing.
I bet a lot of people, I bet they request all kind of Jocko songs and so do you ever delve into that genre of music?
I mean, Jocko, he definitely is an influence. I honestly have not learned too much of his stuff though. I mean, I remember I did the song Opus Pocus. I had to play for the Jocko Big Band thing when I did that. They had me do that, so I had to learn that, and that was awesome. That was a lot of fun. I learned little parts and bits of stuff. Like the way I learned though is I've always said is I kind of got a short attention span, which has kind of been helpful for me. I kind of feel in a way because while I can kind of learn something, I kind of get bored and I'll take it my own way, as opposed to learning everything exactly the way it is. Like Victor Wooten, I remember trying to learn some of his stuff and like learning some of the techniques and then being like, oh, that's cool. What can I, and then taking it my way with it and creating stuff with it. So it's kind of served me in you know, in a good way.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the Jocko Big Band?
So yeah, Peter Graves was in the Jocko Big Band when Jocko was around. So he hit me up this was a while back, about playing on, they were going to do a Jocko Big Band revisited, but they took a bunch of bass players to play on Jocko's tunes with the big band. So they asked me if I wanted to play on it, and I was like, yeah, of course. So I did that, and they gave me the song Opus Pocus. You can look it up too. It's pretty cool. And so I played that, and yeah, that was it. I remember going down to like Miami to record with them guys, and I went in. It was like they like had this room full of like the big band, and all the sheet music. And Peter Gabe's like, "Here's your sheet music," and I was like, "That I can't read that." I was like, "I just learned the song." So and it was good. It was cool.
You learned the song by ear?
Yeah, I just learned it from learned it by ear, as opposed to like I'm not going to sight read. I can't sight read.
Sorry, I missed the last thing that you said.
I play by ear. I don't sight read. I've never sight read. And nothing against it. I should. It wouldn't be a bad thing for me to learn. So, but I just never did it. Theory's completely different from sight reading, obviously. But like theory, I know a little bit, but it's mostly all been by ear.
Like, so when you like talk about teaching modes and doing all this, like, how did you learn all of that? Just through books, through YouTube videos?
Playing on stage enough, and trial and error, like playing things that work, playing things that don't work, and then you start to put a name to it when you get into theory. You're like, oh, that's what I'm playing. You know what I mean? So that's kind of, over the past couple of years, I've really gotten into like more like trying to think of like modes. So they like it's taken a while. It's like it never made sense to me, but finally some things are starting to click.
Very cool. All right. Michael says, favorite finger bass, Larry Graham or Susie Quattro?
Say that again.
Fave finger, I'm assuming finger style bassist, Larry Graham or Susie Quattro?
I really don't know enough of either one to really say.
We're going to go with both. Okay. We're going to go with both. Let's see. Lauren says, it's in the blood and the best to see your natural process. I love your style, David.
Thanks, Lauren. That's Ash and Amps. Is that Ash and
Yes.
Amps? I bring their, it's awesome. They gave me a head that I use at every show now with Pat.
Oh, very nice. Tell us a little bit more about Ash and Amps.
It's funny because I'm not a gearhead guy, and I call Lauren at every show, and I'll be like, hey, this is the rig. Will it work with this head? Be like, Ampeg 810, da 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 da, how many ohms? And I'll tell them all the stuff, and they'll be like, yeah, it'll sound great. Or you might want to. But usually that head works for everything, every situation I've been in. So the head is like tiny. I literally put it in my bass bag. It's 1,000 watts. So yeah, and it kicks ass, sounds great, and it's got like 3 or 4 knobs on it, so it's real simple for me. It's cool.
So are you an endorsed artist from Ash and Amps?
Yes.
Very, very nice. Cool. Thank you so much, Lauren, for hanging out with us today. That's really cool. All right. Bill Dorr says, play Need Love so you and Pat can duel each other like Mars did back in the day. That would be epic.
What song? Oh, I've heard of that.
Play Need Love.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to talk to Pat about that. I'll have to look that song up. I'll have to check it out.
All right. Terry Waters says, if you haven't heard David play bass, you're missing out. He's awesome. All right. Let's see. Evan Mitchell, practicing in a bedroom with no air conditioning.
That's my buddy Evan. Man, Evan was like my best friend since we were like in 6th grade, way back. But yeah.
So I saw this hack yesterday. I actually sent it to my mom because she's in South Texas and it's super hot down there. So if you don't have air conditioning, you get a fan, you get 2 gallons of water and freeze them. You put a towel down, put the jugs of frozen water behind the fan, and it's supposed to like act as a ghetto air conditioner. So you're welcome to everybody who may be struggling in the heat. Try that out. Get a couple of frozen water gallon jugs for your fan. I hope that made sense. It did in my head.
Yeah, Evan was in the first band I was ever in. We were like, I think we were like 15 or 16. He's playing his garage.
Oh shit! Okay.
A band called PMS. It was Pastorius, Mitchell, and Sumi was the guitar player's last name.
No, you did not. Your band was called PM.
PMS. That was my first band ever. We had a song. There was a song called "Your Mother Needs a Haircut." That was a song. One of the first days I ever wrote. And it's actually kind of. I have to remember that. I have to look. I'll have to. Yeah, play that again.
You got to bring it back, man. Whose mother were you talking about?
I can't say. I have no idea. It was just his. I don't know.
All right, let's see, Gabriel Walker. Have you ever met Les Claypool? Excuse me. Have you ever met Les Claypool before? If you guys did something that would be so badass.
I would love to. I never met Les Claypool. That'd be super cool. I would love to jam with that guy. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Are we manifesting that right now? Because I think we got to make it happen.
That'd be cool.
That would be really fucking cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Where are we going? We're going to start wrapping this up in about 10 minutes. If you guys have any last minute questions, comments, suggestions, drop them there in the comment section. We are here with the one and only David Pastorius, who just dropped a new single with no effects and is about to go on the road tomorrow with Pat Travers' band. Also in his local band, Local 518, Local 518. So whereabouts in Florida do you live again, David?
Melbourne, Florida. So it's like midway between Jacksonville and Miami on the East Coast. So it's like we're by Cape Canaveral. Will be the closest what people. Cocoa Beach. That's what most people would know as far as close to where I'm at.
So what do you do for fun if you're not like playing your bass?
Not there's. I don't know. Just hang out. Kids and stuff. Family stuff. Like to get out and whatever.
David does nothing but play the bass, everybody, just so we're all aware of this.
Funny, I like doing lots of different stuff. Bass is like, it's funny because I play the bass a lot because I play it like out a lot and stuff, but I go days without playing sometimes. You know what I mean? It's like, and sometimes I think that's the best practice is just not playing, getting away from it. And then you know what I mean? And then coming back to it. Helps me.
Never heard that one before.
Yeah. For real.
Sometimes the best practice is not practicing at all. You do have to walk away sometimes because your brain, it just kind of gets.
Yeah, like if you get out and go walking or go running or do something else, you know what I mean? Then when you come back to it, it's like, you feel it, come at it at like a new angle kind of thing.
Absolutely. And I feel it's like that with a lot of creative processes. And a lot of times too, when you're recording music or trying to record a bass line, sometimes you just have to walk away.
Oh yeah. If you go like 3 or 4 takes and you don't get it, you're just going to it feels like it's going to get worse and worse. You just got to like go away for like 10, 15 minutes. And that's kind of what I'm saying a little bit, Yeah,
for sure. All right, let's see here. Don McDaniel down in the basement wants to know, have you ever met Tim Staracci is what I said. How do we say his last name? Starcy?
Yes, I know Tim well because he lived in Melbourne. Me and him were both, believe it or not, like he's in the why not band.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. He lived in Melbourne, like literally a block from me.
Oh, I love Tim. He's such a great guy.
We were like local bass players together in the same area.
Wow. Did you guys ever play shows together?
No, but I mean, he helped me out. He let me borrow an amp a few times and stuff like that. Super nice guy.
Very cool. Now he's working Tech 21 New York, I believe, is where he is like the bass pedal manager guy out there.
That's awesome.
All right, let's see here. Terry says, you lying, you don't ever stop playing the bass. I mean, he says he does, guys. He says he does rest sometimes. So maybe it's true. Let's see. Randy, Bass Bandicoot, says, David, would you be willing to show us an exercise for introducing the tapping technique? Like just a short little exercise snippet.
I can if you want. Yeah, I got my bass. Yeah.
You're in for a special treat.
Like. So I first started with like arpeggios. So there's like, this. it's simple. Just play the 5 in the octave, major third, and then that's how I start. And then minor. And then the thing was like, I'll do this one where you add like the 13. And then I would experiment with like, moving my left hand. Yes, something like that.
Very, very nice. And how long did it take you to perfect that tapping technique? Because I do see that you use that in a lot of your runs.
It's funny. That was Randy Coven. I don't know if you ever heard of him, the bass player. He had an article. That was when I first started playing. He had like this article where that's exactly what I'm doing. He had these like, just, arpeggio. So that's what I got it from. But yeah, then Cody Wright, he showed me the adding the 13. He's got some crazy tapping stuff too. He does, I can't do that. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, but then like, like take it there, but then you can do the same thing with this hand, but you instead of doing this, you do this. Or like things like that.
We are not worthy, David.
Yeah.
Wow, that is so amazing. Thank you so much for doing that little breakdown for us. Let's see. Mama Cantu says Juice and Lyric send all their love. What's up, Juice and Lyric? All the way in South Texas. Very cool, guys. Damn, David, that was really awesome. Let me see. Bill Dorr wants to know, how did you meet Pat?
So it's funny, right after the Tech 9 thing ended, well, Pat lives in Sanford. He's been living in Florida since like the 80s, I think. So I knew of Pat. I didn't know his music, but I knew the name, obviously. But there's Rhonda Perez, who was the wife of a guitar player I used to play in a local band called Blue Fusion. She called me one morning and said that, what is his name? Was leaving the band. Rodney, the old bass player, was leaving the band because he joined Foghat. So I remember calling my buddy Tommy Craig, who happened to be the drummer for Pat at the time, and I've known Tommy forever. And I was like, hey, give me an audition with Pat. And that's kind of what happened. So,
that's simple, huh?
Yeah, and that was it.
Sometimes they say it's like being at the right place at the right time and knowing the right people. But I also think with that comes being able to play the music, right? It's fine. You can know the right people. You could be at the right place at the right time. But sometimes you have to prepare your whole life for that meeting.
Yeah, and it's funny because I tell people, like, I kind of was lazy because I thought that Pat was like straight up just like a blues guy. And I remember like waiting till like the last minute to learn his songs, and I'm like, it's not straight blues at all. So what I did was I went and learned a couple of his tunes as good as I could, and then when we got to rehearsal, all Pat wanted to do was jam. So which is cool, which is like right up my alley. So it worked out. So which makes sense to me too. You want to jam and see how you gel with the players. It's cool.
Oh, I always get so like anxious and nervous. I don't know why. Like whenever I know I have to play with like new people I haven't played with before, I always get very anxious. And I played with the drummer this past Saturday, and I was telling him I'm very anxious, and he was like, okay, look, this is the deal. The same neurons that like fire when you're anxious, it's the exact same neurons that fire when you're excited. He was like, so instead of saying I'm anxious or I'm nervous, now I just say I'm excited. And it kind of like gave me a whole new viewpoint. And so now, I'm excited about playing. I'm not nervous, and it makes it a little bit different.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a good way to look at it.
All right. We got Carlos Bossetta in the chat. What's up, Carlos? Thanks for hanging out with us. Let me do a quick run through this really quick, see if I missed any questions. All right. Oh, Dawn down in the basement wants to know, how many Hawaiian shirts does Pat still have?
He's got it seems like he's got a decent amount of them. Yeah, that's his style. It's cool though. Actually, Pat's I don't even know, but he's got the most awesome shoes. He always has these killer sneakers. Yeah.
Yes. I think, and I will say that this is also a very important part of a stage show, is I think like how you're dressed and what you're wearing.
Yeah, not for me.
Not.
No,
Don't tell me you show up in cargo shorts and flip flops. Damn it.
I wear jeans on stage, and a lot of times I'll wear a button up, but that's about it. But yeah, no, I know what you're saying.
No, that's good. That's good. What's up, Sebastian in the house from the Loud Spot? If you guys aren't already following that podcast, make sure to do it today. All right, let's see. You guys, we're going to start wrapping this up. If you have any last minute comments, questions, suggestions for myself or the one and only David Pastorius, who just happens to be Jocko Pastorius's nephew, just dropped a new single with no effects, has been on the road with Tech Nine, and is about to leave on tour with Pat Travers. Oh my God, what a resume you have there, David.
Oh, I appreciate it. Carl Palmer too. Got to play with him. That was cool.
I bet you've played with all kinds of really cool and amazing people.
I forgot. Well, I'm pretty lucky. I got to play with Eric Gales. Do some shows with Eric Gales too. That was awesome. He's one of the greatest guitar players ever.
Did you ever get to do any tracks on the Tech Nine albums, or was it just the live show?
Yeah, I did. There's a couple songs. Was a song called Anti that's on Special Effects, and then there's another one I forget the name of that's on a different album. But if I find it, I'll And I also recorded on Ritz. He's from Strange Music. There's a song called The Formula, which Tech Nine, Chris Calico, and Ritz is on.
You are blowing my mind. So you have a couple of songs you've recorded for Tech Nine on his album, but he can't remember the name right now. Okay, guys. So we can Google this and provide it. Like, that's how humble you are. Like, I just love your attitude about everything.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I'm not trying to be like that though. It's been a while. Yeah.
It's been a while. All right, let's see. Andy out in Canada wants to know, are you coming back to the Rock Pile?
I hope so. I love that place. That's one of my favorite venues. Rock Pile is awesome.
Very nice. Where is the Rock Pile? I feel like I should know this.
A lot of fun.
Where is it at?
Toronto.
Oh, Toronto. Very cool. Let's see. Don says, I've seen Pat a ton of times since the 80s. He always wore those Hawaiian shirts. They're his trademark.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, let's see. I have about 2 more questions, and then we're going to wrap this up unless you have anything else you would like to talk about. What was the first song you ever learned to play on bass, and do you still remember it?
Yeah, I'm not sure which one, but I have it narrowed down. When I think about that, there's 2. I'm not sure which one was first. One was Blister in the Sun. And then the other, it might have been Caught Stealing by Jane's Addiction.
2 very, very great songs.
First 2. I'm not sure which was first, but those are the first 2.
What is it? Yeah, I love it. All right, cool. And the second one, Caught Stealing by Jane's Addiction, which is also very cool. It starts with the dogs barking, right?
Yep.
So fucking cool. All right, let's see. And I guess we're gonna wrap it up with, if you could have a dinner party with any 5 musicians, dead or alive, who would those musicians be, and what would you serve at your dinner party?
These are like the worst questions for me. I'm horrible at this stuff.
You got this.
Mike Patton, Danny Elfman.
Ooh.
Did you say living or
dead or alive?
Dead or alive. Jocko. I would like it. Yeah. Think. It's like I know I'm just not thinking of it right now.
No, it's fine. I'm sure there's a ton of musicians that you would love to meet.
There's a bunch. Like right off the bat, that would be really cool. But
Mike Patton, Danny Elfman, Jocko. I mean, that right there is a fucking dinner party. So we just need 2 more to close it off.
and they're musicians, right?
I mean, or artists, whoever you want. Bring whoever to the party. It's your party, David.
This is like the worst questions for me. Yeah, I don't know. I had a blank. Um,
Let's think.
no, I'm just kidding. Um, no,
Well, we're gonna sit here until you
yeah,
come up with the last 2 people to bring to your dinner party. Let's see. Bill Dorr says Buckethead.
sure, why not?
Jeremy Gold says Josh Barnett.
Josh Barnett, yeah, that's great. He's supposed to be coming out to the Whiskey A Go Go show.
Ooh, that'll be fun. Whiskey Go Go. Janet says Sunshine should be one. I can absolutely come to the party if you'd like me to be there. I mean, it could be entertaining.
That'd be cool.
Okay, cool. Mike Patton, Danny Elfman, Jocko, Josh Barnett, and Sunshine. I mean, come on, let's go. And what are we having at this dinner party?
It's crazy because there's so many musicians that I like, so it would be ever revolving. I just can't, on the spot. I'm just like, that's like the last thing I'm thinking about. And what would we have? Whatever everybody wants. You know what I mean? I don't know.
We're gonna have a bunch of Uber Eats.
There you go. Perfect. There you go. That's the answer.
Yeah. That works perfectly fine. All right, David, it's been such an amazing Don with his restraining orders. Oh, Don, 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 how we love you, Donovan. Remember, if Don ever hits anybody up in your messages asking for any kind of money, do not send him any money. Oh, okay, I'm just joking, you guys. All right, David, it's been such an amazing chat with you. We're going to start wrapping this up. Why don't you go ahead and give us the tour dates one more time for Pat Travers next week?
Yeah, we're playing Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday this week. What is that? 24, 25, 26, 27. The 24th in Warren, Ohio. The 25th in Columbus, Ohio at the King of Clubs. The 26th at the Broken Oar in Port Barrington. And the 27th at the Redstone Room in Davenport, Iowa. And then we come home, and then we're home for a couple weeks. Then we go out to California. I don't have all those memorized in my head, but yeah. But you're going to be at the Salinas show, right? And then
I'm definitely, yeah.
Whiskey Go Go. I love playing that place, so I'm excited to go there again. That'll be fun.
I'll have to have John Hines go and see you at Whiskey A Go Go. Have you met John Hines yet from the Big Old Nasty Get Down?
Yeah, I would love to. I mean, I recorded something for him though, but I would love to meet him. I would love to maybe go out and jam at his place too.
Yeah, we should definitely have a bass hang. I'll see if I can make it out there actually that day. That'd be really cool. He lives really close to the Whiskey A Go Go.
Where's Johnny Rubin? Where does Dr. Funk live by?
He is see, we should bring Dr. Funk up too, because I think he's down just like maybe an hour south of LA. I think he's like in Huntington Beach, so I don't think he's that far away.
Okay, yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be like an epic bass hang, dude, for sure. Let me see if I can set that up. That'd be awesome. Oh my God, we got Mike Torin in the chat. Bass Players United family. What's up, Mike? How you doing? All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. It's been great. Make sure to follow David Pastorius, Pat Travers, Local 518, and all the good things. David, thank you again. It's been amazing.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Are there any last things you want to talk about before we go?
I think I'm good.
All right, very cool. Everybody go listen to Barcelona by No Effects. David did drop that little ditty of the bass line, and I challenge all of you to go and try and learn it. Also,
real quick, what's really cool about that is that's actually Fat Mike and me. So Fat Mike is playing on the first verse, and then I come in on the chorus, and then it goes back to Fat Mike for the beginning of the first half of the second verse, and I take over from the second half out. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So yeah, so it's really cool to get to play on the track with him. Is actually really cool.
That's legendary. That is like next door. Next door. What does that mean? Why did I say that? I don't know. I meant to say next level.
It's definitely next door.
All right, guys, I love you all so much. Make sure to be kind to the people around you. Make good decisions, and check on the people that you love. Life is way too short also to hold grudges. All right, David, until next time, stay safe out there on the road.
All right, thank you. Take it easy.
Yeah, thank you so much. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.